My black is essential.
Hello everyone, happy Saturday. Now I've been hosting OMKalen for 2.5 years now, and it's crazy to think that today's episode is the finale of our 3rd season. And for this season 3 finale, I've decided to address it to you all who I consider my friends, my family. Because we as a collective this year have experienced some of our most challenging and trying times. It has challenged us mentally, physically, and emotionally. And despite my ability to put on for the camera, I too have felt the ripple of our most recent events. It is an absolute blessing and pleasure to do what I do, and I never take any moment for granted. But as grateful as I am, I want to clarify one thing. I am not solely here to make you laugh. In these past couple of weeks, I have encountered more racism than I have in my entire life. I've been bombarded with racist comments, direct messages, and mentions that I found myself in a dark place. And as a black gay man, these responses were not surprising, as I am not oblivious to the fact that racism still exists. However, it was disappointing. It was disappointing that speaking up against racial injustice and systemic racism, which directly affects me on a day-to-day basis, would make someone turn against me, regardless of how many times I've made them laugh, feel joy, or brightened up their day. So, for those of you who haven't noticed, I am black. And when it comes to the rights, freedoms, and equality of my people, I will always stand up for us and what is right. And we can agree to disagree on how someone seasons their food, but when it comes to the fundamental human rights of American citizens, especially those that built this country, I do not and will not waver. And I understand that I am very blessed and have had my share of privileges and opportunities, but that does not negate the fact that I could still be the next hashtag. And in these past few weeks, many people have reminded me of that reality. Now, I do not necessarily remember the moment I realized I was black, but I've always known that the color of my skin wouldn't afford me the same luxuries or opportunities as other people.
I realized I was black when I went to a predominantly white elementary school, and none of the kids looked like me. And I remember thinking like, wow, like this is different.
I would hear all sorts of microaggressions like, you're like an Oreo, or you're really pretty for a black girl, or you talk white. And hearing anything like that was hurtful each and every time.
I would get so frustrated with my hair because it looked completely different than that of my white classmates that I actually chopped off a piece of my hair because it kept bothering me. And I would always see white girls in the class chop off their hair. So after that happened, my mom finally had enough and sat me down and explained to me the importance of black hair and, how to take care of it and how to love it.
When I was a child, and there was this kid that lived down the street from me, and there was one Saturday when he looked through the window and was like, yeah, like my Meemaw doesn't like me playing with y'all. And the key word there for me that triggered everything there for me was y'all. Because I was alone.
My old boss used to rotate my name with 4 other black girls because he couldn't tell us apart. My daughter came home from daycare and told me a non-black classmate told her braids weren't beautiful and they made her feel bad about herself. You never really have to realize that you're black because you never forget.
I realized my black is essential when I saw how impactful my success could be on my community. Systematically, black people aren't meant to be successful, and it means that much more when we prove that statement to be a myth. Although we shouldn't have to prove ourselves, there's power in black unity and in black success.
I had a black teacher, Mrs. Forbes, who has been instrumental throughout my life, and I vividly remember when she said to me, next time someone says to you, you talk white, I want you to look at them and say, what is talking white? And it reminded me that no one could ever take my blackness away from me.
I got to college and I started to join organizations that uplifted the Black voice, like Black Student Alliance, Greek Life, and the camaraderie and the community that I had with other Black people really empowered me and allowed me to feel strong and proud about everything that I did.
I date so much of all of my attributes of being Black to the history of my people and where we've come from. And all those stories that have been told as well too help shape me as a Black man and helped me garner the best attributes of what Black is.
I just look down my family lineage. I see my grandparents went through segregated schools but survived, fought for the right to vote, survived. I mean, my granny picked cotton. The whole country was built on the backs of Black people.
Black people were not a monolith. We are all so unique and so special in our own way that we each bring something different to the table. So no matter what we do in this life, no matter what I do in this life, I'm gonna be Black at the end of the day, and letting everyone know that I can be whatever I wanna be and still be Black.
Out of all of the oppression, all of the years of struggle and hardship, somehow we still laugh, we still dance, we still sing, we still make poetry, we're resilient. And I'm so proud to be Black.
My Blackness is essential to who I am, what I do, and who I am soon to become. My comedy, laughter, joy, and entire being is rooted in my Blackness, and I would not be able to do Kalen Reacts or OMKalen without it. And no one gets to pick and choose which parts of me they prefer I showcase. I've spent a lot of time reflecting on who I am, my purpose, and the content I make. And I can assure you that we will always laugh, have fun, and be entertained, as that's just who I am. But know that I will always use this powerful and highly influential platform to educate further, inform, and hopefully encourage growth within us all. So moving forward, we will educate ourselves about new cultures, open our minds to experiences other than our own, and lead with a listening and open heart. And regardless of what anyone says to me or tries to do to me, I am proud to be who I am because
My Black
is essential.